So that obviously is not the source of happiness. Maybe the result created from the 9 to 5 job can buy you things that we think give us happiness. Anyone else to try? What's the magic word that everyone is looking for? Love. Who's that? Oh, of course you know. Do you agree? Love is the most important aspect of life. Because without love, our life is like a desert. And like they say, no man is an island. Now, if you are alone, you cannot love. You can only love yourself so much. And once you have enough love for yourself, you want to share that love with someone, another person. So self-love is important. But to share your love is more fulfilling. That's why couples, there are so many couples around the world, men and women coming together. Or nowadays, men and women and women, to create a unit and to exchange, the loving exchange. Now, what is the basis of that love? Anyone try? What is the basis of it? How do you express your love? Service. Anyone else? Can you just tell the person all day long, I love you, I love you, I love you? The other person after a while, they get tired. Say, damn it, go and do something. Show me your love. Don't just say it. Like the saying goes, talk is cheap. You can talk, I love you, but show it. Show it by our action. So to love is an action word. It's a verb. If we relate to love as a verb and not just an adjective or a noun, it takes on a completely different meaning. Because to love is an active, it means action. One time, one, shall we say, counselor, very famous counselor, someone came to him and said, a couple counseling, they said, we are fall out of love with one another. What shall we do? And the counselor said, love her. I think you don't understand. I fall out of love with her. Yeah, I understand. Love her. Then he explained, love is a verb. It's shown by action, affection, the things you do for the other person. It's not just a feeling. It is an action that creates a feeling. So this month in the Hindu calendar is known as the month of Kartik. Out of all the 12 months of the year, this month is considered to be very special and it's the most auspicious. Because any spirit is a month that is meant for enlightenment and also for cleansing. We do a deep reflection on our own life, where our life is going. And it's just like your house, every now and then need a cleaning. You may do some daily cleaning, but once a year, if you're Indians, you're probably like just before Diwali, you do a big cleaning. We Chinese, just before Chinese New Year, we do a big cleaning because on the first 2 days of Chinese New Year, not allowed to clean. Because Chinese believe that that's a fortune is coming to your house and the first 2 days, you don't clean. Because when you clean, you sweep it away, all the good fortune. And maybe Western country, maybe end of the year or before Christmas, you do a lot of cleaning and decoration. So similarly, as individual person, we also occasionally need some deep cleaning. So this month of Kartik is the month for that, for deep reflection and cleansing. And this month is very special also because there are many events, spiritual events happening during this year. For example, on next Tuesday is Balu Astami. It's the appearance of Radhakund, which is a very, very holy lake. And in fact, out of all the lakes in the world, this is considered the most auspicious, very spiritually powerful to take a bath in that lake. Then there's also Gopastami. This is a pastime of Krishna, where the gopis dress up as cowboys. Then, of course, you have Diwali, the festival of light. And this year is happening on the 21st, right? 21st of October. And immediately the next day, 22nd, is called Govardhan Puja, which Krishna, as a young child, he performed the pastime of lifting the Govardhan hill. Now, for someone who is not familiar or not growing up in this culture, it sounds very ludicrous. How anyone, what to say of a child, can lift out a mountain. First of all, you don't even know where to start to pick it up. Where's the grip? But it's described in the scripture that he picked it up the mountain just like a child pick up a mushroom, just pluck it up from the ground, and held it up for 7 days with his little pinky. So these are pastimes. So there are many questions like that. We were in the home program last night in Skoflunda, and we are talking about how very often we meet people who claim to be following a specific religious path. It doesn't matter what path, and they claim to be the followers of those paths. But when they come to discussion about God and who is God and what is God, what He can do, what He cannot do, somehow their understanding has a certain limit of what God can do and what God cannot do. But the fact is, when we place a limitation on God, then we are not talking about God. We are talking about something else, someone else. Although in some religious tradition, they will talk about God being the all-powerful. God is unlimited. So what does unlimited mean? That means no limit. So if someone has no limit, how can we put a restriction on him? Then they come up with the argument and say, okay, if God is all-powerful and strongest, can He create a rock heavier than He can pick up? And the answer is no. Then they thought, aha, I got you there. But if He's unlimited, He can expand Himself. He expands Himself and just pick it up. So that's the difference between spiritual and material. Material has a certain stagnation, has a certain ceiling that we reach. But when it comes to spiritual, you cannot put any restriction to it because it's ever growing, ever expanding. Therefore, it's the same thing with happiness. With material happiness, there's a certain saturation that we reach. And once you reach that point, no matter how much more you take on, it's not going to add to your happiness. What is your favorite food? Don't tell me anything about meat, but what is your favorite food? What? Huh? How? Dal. You love dal. Hey, good. That's my favorite. One of my favorite. I love dal. I can drink a whole half liter. When I don't like dal served for my rice, I say put it in a cup, and I'll just drink the dal. We used to have a cook from Bengal here in the temple in Fredericksburg. Very good cook. And he make excellent dal, and I just drink dal for lunch and dinner. Good man. So, but how much dal can you eat? You come to a saturation point, and then you cannot take more, right? That's material, but spiritual, there's no such limitation. It's the same thing with wealth. We're chasing a career, we're doing business. And we once you get a taste of it, we want more and more and more and more. But what are you going to do with it? Even the social scientists have said that when you reach a certain income, depending on the country you live in, you reach a certain income to buy you the things that give you comfort and happiness. But anything beyond that is not going to add to your happiness. This is after they've done many, many years of studies and interviewing many people. And that's a fact. And recently, just last week, my brother's friend and client, he was just in his early 60s, a multi-millionaire businessman in Malaysia. And he was just about to retire. He just died in a car accident. His driver, he was driving a solid Mercedes. His driver was unhurt. He was not hurt at all because he had a seatbelt. And he was sitting on the back without any seatbelt. He was just thrown forward, die on the spot. Did he plan to die on that day? When he got into the car? No. He had so many ideas in his what he need to do. But his time was up. And he could not take all this multi-million, all the properties and investments and bank balances and everything. He could not take any of it with him. Even his insurance, life insurance, all this is claimed by the family. So that's the difference between spiritual and material. Material has saturation, whereas spiritual has no saturation. You cannot put a limit. Once you say, oh, God can do this, cannot do that, then we are not talking about God. Or we don't have any real understanding of who is God. Therefore, in this lila, one of these pastimes during this month, is about Krishna. God has so many names. There's only one God, but he appears in different names according to different tradition. He may be known as Jehovah, Allah, no. But in India, the most common name is Krishna. So Krishna, more than 5,000 years ago, he appeared as a child. And immediately you go, oh, how is that possible? God is the oldest person in the world and the judgment of all our activities. So he must be sitting on the throne with a long beard, wrinkles, sunken cheek, and an eyebrow, or long white eyebrow, like an old wise man. And that's the idea of God, because he's the oldest person. Now just consider that for a moment. If you are the creator, and you have created so many beautiful things, right? Will you create yourself to be old and fragile and wrinkles and, Nobody likes to look like that. But as we get older, of course, we just accept the fact this is what happened to our body as we get older. I'm realizing more and more. When now just a few months ago, I hit 70, and you realize, things are changing in the body, a lot of change. Like during the singing and dancing, my mind's telling me, jump, 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 but my leg is not moving. My leg is glued to the floor. Like, you want to jump, you just can't jump. Remember how I used to jump? Now I can jump a little bit. So he can appear in any form he wants. He's a creator. Right? So he appeared as a child. Why a child? If we don't have do we have a small child here? Yes, it's a small child. Now, if that small child, if the mother put the small child on the ground, can he crawl? Is he crawling? If the child starts crawling in the front here, everyone's attention will not be on what I'm saying. There will be a completely focus on the child, what is he doing, what the child is doing. The child, even though it's a very small body, has the ability to grab everyone's attention, isn't it? When you go and visit a newborn baby or you go and see someone with a young, small baby, Everyone is focused on the child, woo, especially the ladies. Woo, they get very excited when they see a child. And they, I can't carry it, I want to carry it. And everyone's grabbing to carry, they're pinching. And that's what kids hate the most. When they meet all the aunties, they go, and they kiss the child, and, They have the ability to absorb all this attention. And they cannot do anything, so everyone is serving the child. They're doing everything for the child. So Krishna, he's a supreme enjoyer. Not only is he the creator, he's a supreme enjoyer. He creates everything for his enjoyment. So he appears as a child to get all the affection, and then his devotees will appear as his mother, like an ordinary mother and child relationship. If God do not have this kind of relationship, if this relationship is not present in the spiritual realm, how can we have this relationship in the material realm? All we are doing here in this world is copying what is happening in the spiritual realm. Just the actions is different. So the word appears as a mother to offer this love to his child. Because Krishna is the supreme controller, he's the supreme lord of everything, you cannot bribe him. You cannot buy him because he has everything. How can you gain his favor? He can only be captured by our love. That's what we're looking at. And that's why in our life, we're always looking for that love. Because that is the eternal relationship, the interaction between us living being and the supreme being. It's exchange of love, exchange of pure love. So although Krishna is unconquerable, but he becomes conquered by the love. So if anyone is mental health or psychologist or here in this room, you are a psychologist?
I'm studying.
You're studying psychology. Then examine the psychology of this pure love. It's very, very deep and has many layers. Once you understand not everything, a certain level of this love, you understand everything about what real love means. That's real psychology, the psychology of love. So this interaction and this particular pastime we're talking about was how Krishna was resting, and Mother Yashoda, the name of the mother, was cooking milk in the kitchen. And Krishna woke up. Now when child wake up, sometimes they make a hullabaloo, make a lot of noise. Sometimes they just, And Mother Yashoda heard him, okay, maybe you go back to sleep again. He continued taking care of the milk. And then he started crying more. And then he started crying really loud. And Mother Yashoda said, okay, this is serious. Isn't every mother can attest to that? Right? The child sometimes crying, you're too busy, you say, he'll be all right. But if he start crying loudly, then the mother says, okay, I got to take care. So Mother Yashoda take care, feed her breast milk. And then she remembered she had the milk cooking in the kitchen. So he put Krishna down and went to take care of the milk. And of course, Krishna didn't like it. He said, what is going on here? You're feeding me milk. I'm happy. I'm enjoying drinking the milk. And then you just leave me? So as child, what does children do when they don't get what they want? They throw tantrum, isn't it? What do you do if you don't get what you want from your father and mother? You get like that? And you sometimes want to do naughty things, you throw things. No, so you're a good boy. But Krishna was naughty. So he got down, he crawled, and he saw this butter pot, and picked up a stick, and then hit the butter pot and broke it. And the butter was flowing out. And like every child, if they do something wrong, they know they did something wrong. So they say, I'm in trouble. Now you're in trouble. So he hid behind the pillar. And after a while, Mother Yashoda came out, the meal was cooked, put out the fire, came out looking, where's baby? He's not in the cradle. And then she saw the broken pot. She saw the stick. And she saw Krishna was not present. Do you need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out what's happening here? Do you need to do a big investigation? All the forensic team coming in, examine everything. It's very obvious, isn't it? The culprit did that and he disappeared. So she picked up the stick looking for Krishna. And Krishna, when he saw Mother Yashoda pick up the stick, she became scared and started crying. And he ran away from the pillar, ran into the courtyard. And Mother Yashoda chasing him, trying to catch him. Now this is an interesting aspect from the scripture, the philosophical part of it. That it is stated that the yogis, by performing very severe austerities and penances for a long time, so much so they've controlled the mind, and the mind can they can travel at the speed of the mind. We know how fast the mind can travel. If you just think of America, boom, you're there. You think of India, you're there. So at that speed, so in the scripture it said that even if you travel at that speed for 1,000 years, you cannot even approach a toenail of Krishna. What's to say of capturing him? So Mother Yashoda trying to run after Krishna was a futile attempt. But after running around in the courtyard for a while, Krishna looked back and saw the mother was sweating, the sari was getting loose and was getting tired. He said, oh no, my poor mother, she wants to capture me. She's working so hard. Okay, she allowed himself to be captured. So again, you see the interaction of love. The mother wants to correct the child from being naughty so that it will not grow up to become a nonsense. That's what the parents do. They train the child to grow up to become upright citizen. And Krishna, with the love, seeing how much the mother has love for him, and out of love for his mother, he said, you want to capture me? Okay, you capture me. So it was the love of Mother Yashoda that was allow her to capture Krishna. Now come the next part, what are you going to do when you capture him? So he's tried to tie him up with a mortar where they grind spices, very heavy. So they took a rope, 2 fingers too short. Take another rope tied together, again 2 fingers too short. They add more rope, all the ropes in the houses, again 2 fingers too short. You cannot find enough rope in the whole world or in the whole universe to be able to tie up the belly of Krishna. Because again, the scripture said the whole universe is residing within his belly. So how can you have something within that is long enough to tie the outside? It's not possible. And at the same time, these 2 fingers, what does it represent? It has a spiritual significance. It said that these 2 fingers represent our effort and mercy. We can try to approach God. We can try to approach Krishna. But by our own effort, it's not enough. It's only by the mercy of Krishna who allow us to capture him that we can complete the cycle. So just one or the other is not enough. And we cannot just sit there and wait for the mercy. It's like waiting to get what do you call that degree? Where you don't have to go to university and you get an honorary degree. Right? Don't hold your breath waiting for it. So we make an effort, but at the same time we appeal and pray to Krishna for his mercy. When the 2 is there, then we manage to capture Krishna. So this interaction and the play of love between the mother and the child is such deep psychology behind the whole thing. It's so much spiritual significance within it. You can spend a lot of time just studying the depth of it and understanding it in so many different aspects. And when you understand it, you can also relate in our relationship, in our normal household and friendly relationship. How that what we are, our interaction with our friends, our spouse, and our parents and children is nothing but just a reflection of the same place that's going on in the spiritual realm. The only thing that is that with that, there's no saturation. In the material realm, there's saturation. There's always a beginning and there's an end to it. And no matter how a couple stay together for a long, long, long time, there will come a time when it's over. And then another relationship will start in another birth. But in the spiritual realm, it goes on forever. And the love between the devotee and Krishna just keep expanding, keep growing. But when we realize that our life is meant to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the beginning of the perfection of our life. Then we can say, now I found my journey. Otherwise, we are still seeking. We are trying this, we are trying that, we are trying so many things. And it doesn't matter what religious tradition you espouse to, that you claim to be following. It doesn't matter. Because the underlying principle of all religion is to love God with all your heart. It's just that some external things are different. That how to proceed is different. It's just like studying mathematics. 2 plus 2 is mathematics. When you study calculus, it's also mathematics. It's different stages of mathematics, more advanced stage. Right? So love, because it's a bottomless love, we can touch the surface and taste it, or we can dive deep. How deep you want to go, it depends on us how deep we want to go into. It's like cooking sugar cane. Sugar cane is sweet, but if you cook it down, it becomes molasses. And you cook it down further, it becomes like a gur, And as you cook it down more and more, it becomes sweeter and sweeter, more condensed, more concentrated. So this is actually our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is that we are eternal servant of Krishna. When we engage ourselves as a servant of God, that's where we find our real happiness. Otherwise, we just get some flickering happiness, momentary flickering. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Dukkalayam ashasvatam. This material world is built on 2 building blocks. It's full of miseries and it's temporary. What we call happiness in this world is not real happiness. It's a negation of pain. It's a negation of suffering. Long time ago, back in the 70s, there was an advertisement, Coca-Cola advertisement. And he has a very catchy phrase. It's so nice to be thirsty. Drink Coca-Cola. So you cannot enjoy Coca-Cola unless you are thirsty. So that means when you're thirsty, it's a form of suffering. You drink Coca-Cola to relieve the suffering. It's a positive enjoyment. It's just a relief of suffering. And everything, we feel hungry. We eat to relieve the hunger. And we say, oh, I'm so happy. So all the happiness that we identify with in the world mainly is to a relief of suffering, a relief of pain. It's like knocking your head against the wall, bang, bang, bang. Oh, it's so nice to stop. And there are people in authority like Secret Service or police or interrogator. They use this psychology. They use this psychology to deprive people. You deprive them of sleep. You deprive them of food. You deprive them. And then when you give them a little bit, they were like, oh, you're my savior. And they become indebted to you. So they use all this kind of psychology to play on people's psychology. So if we understand that, our whole perception of life changes. And it's a good change. Would we rather go about our life in illusion or in a dream state? Or would you rather be in the awakened stage? When we're in the awakened state, then at least we can recalibrate our plan, recalibrate our life in a way that helps us to fulfill what we are really looking for, the real love, the real happiness. And in the book, Krishna book that we have, which was, the printing of this book was donated by George Harrison. He wrote the foreword to this book. And at the end of the foreword, he wrote, all you need is love, Krishna. So, and actually many of his songs were inspired by his talk with the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. You'll come to see Prabhupada very often in England or wherever he is, whenever he happens to be in the city. And after the talk, he gets inspired and he writes his songs. Like In the Material World, that's one of the songs. My Sweet Lord. And there's another song, I can't remember the name of the song, which is like, how does it go now? He used the gender, she. But actually the song was referring to Krishna. But if you put a he, in those days, it's not so common to be gay, not so accepted. And he uses he, then people would think that he's gay, and which will not be good for his image. So it's therefore he changed the gender to she. So like that. So this is actually what we're really looking for. And this month of Kartik is very special, very auspicious month for this. There are a lot of festivals that help to give us this opportunity to engage in spiritual activities, like offering of a lamb, which you all have the opportunity to do afterwards, the offering in the lamb. Engage in chanting, engage in spiritual activities. And in this age, the most powerful of all spiritual activities is the chanting of the holy name. And you find that in every religion, encouraging everyone to call the name of God. So, and God has many names, but there's always a principal name. Like we have one with a principal name. But then you have secondary name. Sometimes people have second name, third name. Right? So, but there's a principal name. And then we get so many nicknames from friends. But the principal name is the main name. So Krishna is the main name. And Krishna means all attractive. Yes, God is all powerful. Yes, He's attractive. Right? He's the richest. He's attractive. He's the strongest. He's attractive. He's the most knowledgeable. He's attractive. So the name Krishna includes all the other names. Therefore, it's more powerful. When you chant the name of Krishna, it's more powerful. One name of Krishna means more, like chanting maybe a few times of the other name, or even 10 times, 100 times, depending on each name. You have the primary name, secondary name, secondary name, secondary, like that. So I urge everyone, take advantage of this month. It comes around only one calendar year. And so many activities are there. And in our Hare Krishna movement, temple, we try to organize different festivals during this month especially, so that everyone has an opportunity to come and engage and take part in these spiritual activities. and get some taste, some realization, some taste of what spiritual life really is, and how much joy and satisfaction. Now, we are not talking about just happiness. We're talking about satisfaction, the feeling of satisfaction in our heart. So this is what bhakti means, our process of bhakti yoga, the process of love, the process of loving devotion, where the spirit, we are the spirit soul, the living being, become reconnected with the Supreme Soul through loving devotion. And that loving devotion begins with the calling out to His name. You remember you say our endeavor, our effort, and the mercy. So the calling out the name is like calling out to Krishna. Please engage me. Please let me be connected to you. And simultaneously, we make the effort. That complete the two fingers. So we have 2-3 minutes. I'll leave it for if you have any question. One question, maybe one or two. Yes.
I heard that on lectures that Krishna, when he acting like in this Damodara Lila, he doesn't know that he is God.
Who? Who doesn't know? Yashoda, the mother?
No, Krishna, he is acting like baby, but he doesn't know that he
You mean
is
Krishna?
God. Yeah.
He knows. Krishna, of course, he knows. He's all-knowing. He knows that he's the Supreme. But he took another form to engage in different loving exchanges with his devotee. Mother Yashoda doesn't know because it's covered by the spiritual illusion. This is not material illusion, it's spiritual illusion that facilitates that loving exchange. But certain moments, sometimes you feel, my son is not ordinary child, special child. Maybe he's an incarnation of Vishnu. And then Krishna said, no, not this kind of thought. You're my mother. Oh, then she forget. And so he allows that, the spiritual. They don't see God as God. Because Krishna is tired of being just God. Because what does God mean? You go to the temple, you go to the church, you go to the mosque or whatever, and you pray. What do you pray? Give me, give me, give me. Prabhupada said, give me prayer. Oh, God, please give me this. Oh, God, give me that. Oh, God, please help me to get a good job. Help me pass my exam. Help me find a good wife or good husband. Help me a good children. Please help my children grow up and have a good degree and good job. Help me advance in my career. Isn't it? Give me, give me, give me. It's like a small child going to the father and mother all day. Give me, give me. Prabhu, you're blocking. You're blocking behind. You're blocking the devotees behind, people, guests behind. Yeah, sit down. Yeah. Right? Isn't that, it gets tiring. The child keeps saying, give me, give me, give me, give me. It's like, where does it stop? But one day the child, instead of saying, give me, the father and mother come in and say, Dad, Mom, please sit down. Have a cup of tea. Or here's an apple. Is that so pleasing to the father and mother? Does the child own the apple? Did he buy the apple? No, it's the father and mother. It belongs to them. They bought it. But what are they happy about? Is it because of the apple? They are happy because of the offering of love, the show of love. So we come to this world empty. We don't own anything. So we cannot claim propriety, but we claim proprietorship. So even when we offer back, it actually originally belongs to Krishna. But we're using it as a means to offer, but what we are really offering is our love. And Krishna said that in Bhagavad Gita. Even if you offer me a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, if it's offered with love, I will accept it. So it is the love that he's accepting. So the criteria is set is achievable by anyone and everyone. You don't have to be rich. Even a poor pauper beggar, they can worship Krishna by offering what they can. If they have nothing, just offer water. And Krishna will accept it. And then that water become like mango milkshake, a mango lassi. Very sweet and palatable. It's the love that makes it sweet. The love that makes it tasty. It's the same interaction between the husband and wife. If the husband come home and just out of the blue, just bring a flower to the wife, it makes her day. It is said by psychologists again. For the women generally, there's no difference if you buy a bunch of flowers or one flower. So it's better that you, instead of occasionally buying a whole bunch of flowers, you buy one flower more often. That gives you more credit. It's true. I'm very bad in buying flowers for my wife. I hardly. So if I do, then she like over the moon, like where is it coming from? 40 years of marriage, I bought maybe, I can count the number of times in my one hand.